Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're looking at another great game, a best of 3 actually, with We Are Not Prepared. And they were just able to take down Team 3 Max on Dragonshire in one of the most amazing games that I have ever seen on this map. They moved on to the final where then they met Team Acer, who had a really good run through the tournament as well. The GO4Heroes final is of course a best of 3, not only a best of 1, so let's check out what those two teams were doing in the final round and which one came out ahead at the end of the match.
Welcome to the grand final, ladies and gentlemen. Here at the GO4Heroes monthly final, we're having the last match, the last best of 3 of the day. We are not prepared, going up against Team Acer after an amazing match against 3D Max. Once again, they are playing with the Jaina, starting to the left side for Falcon. We have Jaina, we have Palato and Uther. Black Scorp for We Are Not Prepared playing on Zeratul, and Kilachino picking Tychus, Tidaka again on Muradin. To the right side of the map, it is the red team. It is Acer Green out on Brightwing, Acer Exxon on Teriel, Holo Carantos on Vala, Pony on Tyrande, and Sypho is playing Tacita in this game. So very nice comps as well, especially that pick that we're seeing on Tyrande is of course a very interesting one to see that. They played that in the past on maps like Sky Temple, and it actually worked very well for them. As long as you make sure that that Stitches is not part of the game and is being banned out, a Tyrande pick can be great. The only thing that is really a bit weird or well dangerous to Tyrande is that we once again have Black Scorp on Zeratul, and that will make Tyrande's life a living hell in my opinion. I think this is really gonna be very dangerous for Tyrande in particular here, going up against somebody like him. Oh, but maybe Falcon is the first victim here. Well, not quite. But yeah, they're starting to go straight for that. Little bit of early damage there, a little bit of early harassment down to the bot lane. We have now a tri-lane for both teams at the bottom. And Jaina, of course, also a very interesting comp, but she works very well with the Zeratul together, and we've already seen that. Zeratul alone can save her with Void Prism, can also initiate, of course, with it, and just like start that setup. And they've been doing really well keeping Jaina alive. Falcon is playing this hero extremely well and getting a lot done with her. Once again, that burst damage down to the bottom lane. A Pawnee, let's look at those talents real quick. Especially with Tyrande being played, it's these days something that centers more around having utility with Aura on 7 or even a Mule on certain maps, and on level 4 the healing ward, than going for a straight Sentinel build for the additional damage. So at this point now, we are currently having at the bot lane Tyrande with Pierce take on level 1. Again, Winter's Reach for Falcon's Jaina. He's used that in the last game already. And, well, we are seeing a lot of the action right there. It's around, like, centering around the area of effect spells, and Acer is actually doing extremely well with pushing them back for now. But the heal by Polato is real. In the mid lane, we're having again Black Scorp going up against X, and he can of course like rotate towards the lanes as well, and trying to get his moves in there too. Up to the top, we're having Tidaka with Acer Green out. They are going toe to toe at this point. And down to the bottom, it is still that tri-lane setup. That's gonna break up a bit when we're seeing the first tributes coming into play. The stun so far not hitting. Holo is actually very low, but so is Kilachino. And here comes the healing ward already. That is where Tyrande really draws a lot of her strength, and we have a double healing ward now then, since we also see Tacita with 1 on 4. So really nice skills for them. That level 4 is very strong for Team Acer. It's a very strong talent for them. Double healing ward can do like very dirty things to a team, and it's basically like the counterpart to double Envenom if you want to think about it. Not in terms of like the damage that it deals to like a team or to a single target, but just like about the strength that it really gives a team on that so important level. So right now the first tribute is already spawning up at the top, and Exxon is going for that. He needs to abandon that for a second, repositions himself. And down to the bottom lane, it is Tychus. They are not trying to capture that tribute, they're just trying to interrupt for as long as they can. We are not prepared. Looking at that. Here comes another Sentinel, but not hitting anything. And of course, with that extra experience down at the bot lane, they will grab a few extra points, but not too much, because Vala is already rotating. It's just always that you shuffle from lane to lane. You're just like pushing the bot lane hero to the mid lane hero to the top lane, and you just rotate like that up and down and make sure that you get the most experience possible for your team. And even with Kilachino down at the bottom lane capturing that extra wave, it didn't really do him a whole lot of good. They're a little bit ahead, but that's not gonna last long because he needs to move back, and by that time a few of those minions might already be down. Up in the middle lane we have Polato and a Pony going toe-to-toe, whereas the first Night Camp is now captured to give a bit of pressure towards the mid lane so that they can also contest this tribute over here. A very similar move there, and I can tell you one thing, those owls are very, very annoying. By the way, we have now once again battle momentum taken on 3 heroes for Team Acer. They already abandoned the aura, the true shot aura, the last time that we talked about this. This time they're doing it again, not going true shot aura, but instead going straight for the battle momentum to get a few more owls and stuns in. And level 7, on the other hand, is again with the frost armor on Jaina. Being used for her. There comes a quick knockdown against Tyrell. Ooh! Look at that, down to the bottom apparently. It looks like Khaldor was able to take down Vala, and of course now with a 4 versus 5, this is going to be a very serious problem that they might be having here. Polato is moving back, gets stunned out for a second. But yep, they're trying to capture it again. 5 heroes for them are once again in the game, but now it's an entire level up for Team We Are Not Prepared. They are up at the top lane, they're taking the tower already. It was Falcon that was not with the team here, and for very good reason. They have a huge lead. They need to fight for the next tribute, don't get me wrong. I mean, 2 tributes already in the hands of Acer forced them to do that, but with them nearly having level 10 when that's going to be the case, I feel they're going to feel very, very safe to take that. I wouldn't even be surprised for Acer to let it go completely and not taking that. Polato is now in the mid lane, active again, pushing the opponent back here and getting the extra experience for his team. Down to the bottom lane, Khaldor, yes, he might actually, nah, he's not gonna die here. But they are pushing him back for now and are trying to take that wall down. The level 10 is on the board for nice. Sender hits on for We Are Not Prepared. And they're having, of course, Commandeer Odin. They have everything up that they need, and that allows them to take down a Pony to the top lane. As mentioned, if you're being caught out by Tyrande just once, you die. You have no escape. There is no way for you to get to escape somebody like Black Scorp on Zeratul. That just doesn't happen. I mean, you can stun him out once, but then he's going to chase you down. He's going to chase you down hard. Khaldor, on the other hand, at the bottom lane has to be careful. Once we have Judgment, Exxon might actually jump in. He's not doing it just yet, but they are definitely thinking about it. They have the opportunity to do that. Are they going for it? Judgment is there. We have Reign of Vengeance. They could definitely kill Khaldor. It's just a question how many of their heroic abilities do they want to use here. Up in the mid lane, or up to the top I should say, we have another tribute spawning. And at that point, we are already having this position in here, grabbing that. It's going to be the first tribute for them. They don't even contest it. Down here, on the other hand, it is the... yeah, it's actually like the boss that is being taken. That's the first one, but it's going to be a trade. Boss versus boss. Both of them are going to go for one. Yep, there we have it. So level 12 versus level 11, and that just underlines once again how strong We Are Not Prepared is when it comes to taking this experience. I still like the team comp that we're having for Team Acer here. I think it's a pretty cool one, but I'm just not sure if they are going to be able to keep their heroes alive. But of course Tacita plays a huge role in that. Tacita and Brightwing, or Tacita Uther or Tacita Brightwing, allow you to play a lot of heroes that you otherwise wouldn't be able to keep alive, and Tyrande is one of them. And of course her talents here are going to be extremely important, especially since we also now have Starfall, and that can be a game changer. That can be a huge win in those moves. Oh, there comes another Sentinel. Nice dodge by Khaldor just in the last second, but Black Scorp was hit. Falcon is now at the bottom lane, still occupied, taking down a few minions. And that's going to put level 13 on the board. That's going to put level 13 in for them. And yeah, to the top lane, or to the mid lane, we have just teams rotating. And this is going to be another tribute that Acer will let go, because they are behind in talents. And they should not go for that. We have Exxon down into the bottom lane, gathering up even more experience. They're moving up to the top lane, catching the tribute, even lying in wait here, setting up a trap. But they're just going for the additional... yeah, and here Black Scorp is actually like detected by the Sentinel. They're going for the additional mercenary camp, and they're gonna try and steal that. And they will be able to do it because Tyrell is not here. So just stealing that camp, and that's of course super annoying for Acer right now. I mean, they've been doing most of the work, and then suddenly they have to deal with this. The tribute has been taken. That puts the next tribute also into a curse reach. So next tribute is going to curse one of the teams. That means also that it's most likely going to happen when both teams at least have access to the level 13 talent. But we will still see a bit of a stat advantage for the opponent. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Oh, Falcon gets away! Wow, that was a wasted Starfall if I've ever seen one. I'm not quite sure why he used that Starfall there. That was a bit of a surprise. Like, that stun was good, but was able to get away, and for some reason, like, Jaina was able to use her sprint and just got away there. That was very well done. Now the Starfall is down for the tribute fight, most likely. Yes, that is already announced. There will be no Starfall for the tribute fight, and that one thing that just happened might mean that Acer is going to be cursed now. Oh my god, 2 kills against 0 so far, and here we go. They're going in already, and there is not going to be a Starfall, and that is going to be bad. That's going to be really bad. 13 versus 13, that increased range on the Lunar Blaze. Yes, the tribute is already there. Are they going to get a kill? Holo is low! Falls back in a second, and again, that lockdown against them. But actually, that wasn't really well done. We're going to talk about that in a second. As Sypho is trying to escape, hunted by Black Scorp. Uther is down on the other hand. He's the first death in here. Hidaka has to move back as well, and Green Out is still surviving. God knows why, but Black Scorp has other plans. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're at least losing Tyrael here to kill Achino. Black Scorp jumped away in the last second, but he was very eager to get that kill. Yeah, okay, they're getting away for now, but the curse is still there. So, at this point, like, the one thing that was very, very obvious there was that Brightwing and Vala didn't really communicate their heroic abilities properly. Both of them were under a lot of pressure and were trying to just create some space by using Rain of Vengeance and then also using the Emerald Wind. Oh, and Sypho kills another one. 3 heroes dead. Sypho is killed. Oh my god, they lose one more. Black Scorp and Hidaka plus Falcon, they are cleaning house. But yeah, what I was about to say was really that Emerald Wind just pushed the opponents out of the Rain of Vengeance. So it was, of course, one of those panic moves that is it's one of those mistakes that's very easy to make. It's a forced mistake. You're forced into a bad spot and you just react that way because you want to create space for yourself and for your allies. And then you realize that you both had the same thought, didn't communicate it properly in TeamSpeak or whichever voice tool they use, and then you end up in a situation where one of your heroics just basically goes to waste. So 16 versus 14 after that massacre that we had in the aftermath of that tribute. We have 16 talents now on the board for We Are Not Prepared, and with them having access to Stone Skin, Stone Form, Double Bombs, Imposing Presence and Numbing Blast, this is looking extremely dangerous for the next minute or two. But apparently, are they really going to try and fight? Acer is running in. They're trying. They're trying to jump that, and I'm not quite sure why they do that. This is going to be brutal. Water Elemental is already up. Look at that wall. There they go for the Void Prism already, and here comes the Odin. Odin, the Starfall is this time there, but Tyrael is already down. Falcon runs away. Nice explode on Tyrael, but still they are very, 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 very low. Sypho is dead too. Black Scorp jumps in, jumps out, does his damage with the cleave, drops the double bombs, and this guy, I mean, we've seen it in the last game. We are seeing this. We are seeing it in this game as well. He is absolutely insane on that hero. It's a great hero for him. And as you can see already, it's working for them. We're having 1 kill against 8, 17 against 15. That's the talents that they're looking at this point. And, well, down to the bot lane, well, with the Shrink Ray, maybe you can get something in on the Tassadar, but I really don't see how Acer is going to control or, like, get the advantage right now. They need to wait until they have the 16 talent. Before that, there's just, like, no contesting this army of Spanish players that we're seeing here. They're going for the boss, and the only thing that you can do if you're Team Acer is let that go. They do not have the Starfall anymore. And yes, their rogue abilities are also down for We Are Not Prepared, but without the Starfall in this position, I don't think you can do that. They're trying though. They're jumping in, and there we go! Oh, nice Blizzard! Now the Judgment is being used, so did they get a chance? And actually, they capture the boss. I can't believe that worked. They got the boss. I cannot believe they were able to win this fight. That is crazy. They were jumping in and getting it. I just guess that Black Scorp was too low. Now that boss caught. An amazing move by Acer. Really, like, high risk, high reward. And it worked. It actually worked. They're losing Sypho here, or at least they should. Yes, he is going to die. Or is he? Black Scorp. Oh my god. Like, he might die. No, yes. Jumps away. Uther is down. Oh my god, is Acer turning this around? Nope, 2 down, and they might lose more than that. Black Scorp did not get away, was hunted down by Tyrande. Must be very satisfying to take Zeratul down if you're a Tyrande player. Gidaka doesn't have the mana to chase them. It's a 2 for 2 in the end. But yeah, that boss is doing work, and the blue team is cursed because we had that tribute caught by Tyrande as well. Epony is paying with his life for that insolence, but still, he cursed the red team, or the blue team, and was also able, of course, to set that boss up even better. But what a ballsy play by Acer here, to go in and really capture that boss. I would not have thought it possible. With them having a talent disadvantage and a stat disadvantage, I didn't see that happening. They were jumping in at the beginning. I feel the fight didn't really look all that good, but they were able to just move them in. Tyrael used then, of course, the displays, the cast aside to push them out. They got the boss, and suddenly from there on, they started to gain some momentum. So really well played, and a very nice move by Acer. Very ballsy, but that could have backfired, of course. That could have backfired very fast, but it worked out for them. And now they have, like, not only a fighting chance, they could get this second boss. As we are seeing, we are not prepared, still defending. And if they do, they're putting we are not prepared in even a worse situation. No question, the Spanish team is still ahead, like, don't get me wrong. It's 19 versus 17, but still, that might be the start of a comeback. But they're not getting the boss. They're not getting the boss here. They have to give it up. It's once again a 5 versus 5, and that stat lead is there for the Spanish team. The one thing is, though, they might not even try to go for that, since at this point we are looking at an opportunity to only catch the card camp, and they also don't want to lose their lead in experience because they're looking at level 20 here. Tyrande is, of course, in a position... Oh my god, Tyrande's in a really bad spot there. Oh, if they catch her, they're trying, but they're not getting her. Moving back, alright, in the last second, that was important. The boss is attacking them now as well, triggering that aggro right in this situation, and using the double healing ward for it. Double healing ward taken out, that's already down, and now you can fight. Now you can fight. If you're not prepared, we are not prepared, then you can fight here. Without healing wards, without those abilities that they already use them on cooldown, you have a chance of fighting this. And yeah, they're disengaging for now. Falcon is a bit too low. Oh, he had to use spin. That's a big one. That is a big one. And they're trying to regroup here. And it's just time. It's time flowing. Time flowing, and time is working in favor of we are not prepared. They get the 20 first. Oh, nice Sentinel. Really nice Sentinel that we just saw there. Oh, Storms are also doing quite some work. But yeah, both teams don't want to give up on this. And the problem is that this hard camp still pushes the mid lane, and that's going to put pressure onto that wall. And that will end up with even more experience for we are not prepared in this first game. Once again, here comes the Sentinel, and they're going for boss right now. They really want to try and capture that, are they? Oh, the initiation against Kilachino! Kilachino moves back, and that... Oh my god. Exxon is nearly taken apart as the Void Prison captures the rest of the team. They're killing the healing ward. Nice, having actually that mindset to take down that healing ward first. They drop Tyrande, and now Exxon is in trouble as well. Oh, he's down. Can he take Falcon with him? No! Sprint is up again. Sprint is up again. Black Scorp. Oh, he might die. No, it blinks away. But we have at the same time Holo trying to run away there, and I guess Holo is going to be able to get away for now, at least with the frost shot that he has. And they are already moving back to the right side. Holo is healing up, but they lost two. They lost Tyrael and they lost Tyrande, and now they're pushing in as we speak. And this could mean, well, maybe not keep, but at least it's going to take down even the well. And of course, vision is going to be lost, map control therefore, another tribute, and level 20 is now also being taken with a double Bolt of the Storm. We have the Divine Hurricane, we have Big Red Button, and we have the Unstoppable Force for Muradin, who really turns into an Unstoppable Force with this one. We have now the boss also attacked. Black Scorp actually has to blink away since he was about to get rooted by his opponent, by that big bad boss. And over here, it's now just like the quick bribe at the Siege Giant camp, but it's more than a level that they're behind. More than a level. So there comes the boss being taken. Yeah, that Sentinel is a bit too late and was even dodged too. So now they can just move in, and of course down at the bot lane, this is not gonna make it. I'm not gonna tell you anything new if I claim that. Up at the top there's another boss there. And this is now, of course, the big issue of what exactly are you going to do with this now. Yeah, that was already scouted out, but if you are wasting time up here at the top, not only is your fort at the bot lane going to fall, you're going to lose more than that. You're going to lose the wall at the keep at least, if not more than that, because those waves are going to push in, and they're going to push in hard. Mid lane is the push by Kilachino. They don't have to go for the boss, they have to actually just threaten it now. And they know they have the advantage, and they are trying to push that advantage. Get maybe another tribute there at the top, claim that. Boss already demolished the fort, now it's gonna go straight for the keep, and that forces a reaction out. Acer has to go in. They have no other choice, and that leaves the boss up for grabs. We have a Pawnee still in position there. He can of course at least use the Starfall, but well, what good is that gonna do? He's gonna move in from the back, he sees what's going on, the Sentinel does damage, and they're trying to jump in. Maybe with a displacement he can do something there, but well, there we go, claims it, and yes, boss taken, jumps back, mission accomplished, and now straight for the tribute. That's what they're gonna go for now. Go to the tribute, to the left side, claim that. Falcon is already right-clicking it, and of course he's going to be taken out by the Sentinel, at least for a short while, but that's not gonna matter long. So, 2 tributes for them, level 21 versus level 19. Boss is pushing the top lane now. The bottom lane has nearly been decimated, there's no wall anymore, but this one is gonna go straight for keep. This one goes straight for the keep, and he's not the only one. There are 5 heroes, they're trying to do the exact same thing. Commandeer Odin already being used, the big red button is in, and the nuke is hitting home, and this keep is gonna fall. We Are Not Prepared are on their way to maybe the first victory. A jump in takes a lot of the hit points of a Pawnee out. That Sentinel has been dodged quite well. The boss moving into the mid lane now. This is just like one of these weird buggy things that boss does. And now he's even going for the core. But they're abandoning the position. They know they've done all the damage that they can deal out right now. And the only thing that they have to do is move back and fight for the next tribute. The one thing to keep in mind here is of course also that Acer is going to hit level 20 in just a few seconds. And for Acer, this is going to be the time where they can maybe try and start a comeback. Exxon, Cypher, Green out, Pawnee, they all know that they need to do that now. They need to have the 20. They don't have it yet. They don't have it yet, and they need it soon. And well, we have another Siege Shine Camp taken here. That tribute would mean Curse against the red team. Level 20 is now there. Bolt of the Storm for Vala. We have Angel of Justice on Tyrael. Double Storm Shield taken. And that Storm Shield is worth a lot in these team fights. It really looks like they don't even care. No, they don't. They moved back. They were all low in mana, low in health. They just moved back for now and were saying like, okay guys, you know what? We're going to move back for now. We're going to make sure that we are in a position where we can get our mana full up again, where we have like the hit points, and then we can fight. We don't need to go for the tribute. It's their first one. There's nothing on the line here. It's just like move straight for that. Once again, that is, the wave is being cleared out. Brightwing needs to get the hell out of there, as he was just bribing the camp, but the rest of the team is already moving down there. We have 1 camp at the top lane, 1 camp in the mid lane, and they are just moving down to the bottom lane, just like saying like, well, we're gonna deep push that for now. We're controlling the map. We are pushing everything in. We have Black Scorp on Zeratul, who can always get away, doing some damage in the mid lane, and then we're just waiting for the next tribute, which is very likely to spawn at the bottom lane, so we're gonna be closer. And with that happening, we're gonna take it. And there they are, going for the tribute. And look where Acer is. Acer is all the way over here, protecting their keep, deep pushing the spot, and now suddenly there is the position straight off for Team We Are Not Prepared. And, well, there's going to be 1 interrupt for sure with the Sentinel, and there it is. 1 interrupt, but T-Darker is still here, and he's gonna get it! No, he's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get it, but there, once again, a lot of hit points already lost on Saifu. Double bombs going in, and this time he's capturing it. Suddenly they are cursed, and that is trouble. Top lane, of course, with those catapults and everything, is pushing in hard. Oh my god, the Void Prism. Oh my god, the stun and the double kill. Even with that Rain of Vengeance, that does not matter. Polato is moving in again. This could be game. This could potentially be game. Falcon is low. Holo is down. Initiation by Exxon, and he kills at least Jaina off. But I don't think that he can do more than that. Cypher is dropping now too. They kill that keep just because they can, but it's of course the core that they want to go for. And there's now Commandeer Odin. The big red button is activated. They're going straight for it. And this is going to conclude game number 1, where We Are Not Prepared takes down Team Acer in this best of 3 series at the GO4Heroes monthly final. Congratulations to We Are Not Prepared, and we are going to make our way into game number 2 now of this best of 3 series. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2 in the final of the GO4Heroes monthly final between Team Acer and we are not prepared. Starting to the left side of the map in blue, we are currently looking at Acer, Cypher and Zeratul. Picked them away from we are not prepared. Holo or Zebo, green out on Brightwing, Exxon on Mirrodin, and a Pawnee playing on Sergeant Hammer now. Starting to the right side, we have We Are Not Prepared in a 1-0 lead in this best of 3 series. Falcon playing Vala, Killer Chino on Tacita, Polato on Uther, T-Darka playing Turiel, and Black Scorp on Illidan. If you don't give Black Scorp his Zeratul, then he jumps on another melee assassin. As long as it's melee, it's fine. And, well, this is a very different map. Sky Temple is a bit of a chaotic map, and it's a map where we've seen Acer playing very nice comps and good games. The fight for the Watchtower is already ongoing, and both teams are looking straight for that. But yeah, this is going to be a really intense game. At this point, if Team Acer loses this match, then they lost the final, then We Are Not Prepared is going to be the victor. Both of those teams already qualified for the ESL Major, so congratulations for that. We have Black Scorp at the bottom lane, going up against Acer, green out here. And yeah, the both of them just like going toe-to-toe with this. In the mid lane, we have Cypher on T-Darka. If he really wants to play, if he, like, this is going to be interesting because I want to see how Cypher plays this hero compared to Black Scorp. Can he actually measure up against him or not? Top lane, that's where we have a tri-lane for both of the teams. And the Pawnee on the tank is already moving in there for a second. We have him, by the way, over here with Resistant being skilled, considering that we are looking at the Tyrael that can, of course, lock you down with his Judgment. He wanted to go for that and make sure that he is not being locked down too hard. 2 of the shrines are already there, as you can see. We're having the mid-temple, or the mid-temple about to activate, and the top temple as well in just a few seconds. And that's of course where the teams have to rotate. That's where Brightwing at the bottom lane can soak up a bit of additional experience for his team. But Black Scorp just rotated into the mid lane. They're contesting this one, leaving the top apparently up to Acer without a contest at all. Cypher on the mid lane is trying to get his own experience now as well. And over here, what are you going to see from T-Darka? Yeah, he's going to get that. He's going to like take those shots. And so far, both teams are actually doing really well. It's a very even game at this point. They are playing this quite relaxed and careful. And of course, now with gathering power on Zebo and on on Cypher's Zeratul, they're having a tool at their disposal where they need to keep those heroes alive as well. Like those gathering power stacks when you are involved in a hero kill are extremely important. The bottom lane, that's where we're currently looking still at the battle between Killer Chino and Greenout. There was a bit of a switch with Illidan now focusing a lot more on taking down camps, especially that hard camp, the bruiser camp that we're seeing. T-Darka is still on Tyrael and starting to make his move in there. And over to the mid lane, what do we have there? Exxon going up versus Polato once again. A bit of an experience lead here for the red team, for We Are Not Prepared, but it's nothing really all too major. The bottom lane is of course the next one that's going to be of interest to both of the teams, which is why we're seeing Brightwing already at the top lane for the reasons mentioned. Oh, actually like a lot of experience suddenly coming into play for We Are Not Prepared. Apparently those waves hitting them hard. They're seeming to do a pretty decent job with getting that extra experience. And we have Polato in the mid lane, grabbing even more. They hit the 7 earlier, and therefore the extra talent. Shouldn't matter too much, but still, they're doing a good job with that, and they're capturing the camps as well. Now we're having battle momentum taken on Tyrael. This time, by the way, protection in death taken by Tyrael. It's a talent that we see a lot more often. Smite build was being used for quite a long time, but these days most Tyrael players start to deviate a bit from the original one. Up here, Killer Chino and T-Darka, they're stealing every single camp on the map. They're getting every camp right now. They're moving in, taking this camp too, making sure that they grab this off as well, and that's really getting very annoying, I feel. I mean, it's level 7 versus level 8 down there. Cypher is just jumping away, and with those camps pushing everything, that temple down to the bot lane is going to be very hard fought over. But at the top lane, that's a different picture. Suddenly there's a tri-lane pushing in together with a bruiser camp. Those are the heroes that were taking the camp to the left side, and they are dropping a fort. They're about to drop a fort, but the experience lead is still there. And look at that! They're actually trying to get the boss in the meantime. Wow, it's going to be a trade fort for boss, and the shrine is going to hit soon. I don't think they can get that, can they? I mean, there are 2 heroes already trying to contest it. The Rats is rushing in from the top. They can get it. They really get it. They get it. They get the boss, and that timing is perfect. Really good timing right now. Boss is starting to push in. They're putting pressure on Green out. They take him out. They take Green out down. And now they are suddenly 5 versus 4 with the boss just taking down those towers and crushing that wall. And they can easily take the temple down here with a single hero. Look at that experience lead for We Are Not Prepared. They're about to hit level 10 even though they lost the fort already. They're hitting level 10 any second now. This is crazy. They're doing so well, and they're gonna drop that fort too, aren't they? There it is, the heroic ability on the board. Metamorphosis is, oh my god, once that temple is gone, they can just like move in for that if they want to. I mean, how are they gonna use that? They have a significant lead here. It's not the entire level, it's also that they're getting that fort, they're getting that tower pushed in. They have the mid lane experience, so can get that. 2 heroes for Ace are trying to just like, that's just damage reduction that they do there. Damage control, trying to make sure that they're not falling too far behind, but it's 2 levels nearly that they are behind. Well, I guess let's make it 1.5. But wow, nice strategy by We Are Not Prepared. Very well played here. That boss timing was huge. They see the attack at the top against the fort and they're saying, hey guys, we have enough time. This map is gigantic. When they move down, they lose so much time. If we do the boss now, they can't do anything against that. And they were right. They were very right. And now they're trying to fight. Nope, they're not. They're waiting it out. They were trying to look for an opportunity, but there's the level 10 now. And we have Blink Heal instead of Emerald Wind. Top lane is being attacked. 4 heroes moving in for that. And they are starting to wreck that wall. Same is happening down here at the bottom, by the way. But Killer Chino with the Storm should be able to push them back for now. And of course, he's gathering also quite a bit of experience. That level 13 talent is going to be very important for them. And I'm not quite sure if that's really a good idea of Acer to just let these things go like they do. Because yes, they have a bit of pushing power in the mid lane. They will push faster, but this is going to give We Are Not Prepared more experience and a faster level 13. Nice bribe though, I like that a lot. Getting the bribe and starting to attack that fort from the side is a great move. But now level 13 is going to hit in time for the next 2 temples to be activated, and then we're going to see an extra talent for We Are Not Prepared to take Team Acer down, or at least get that advantage. Nice moves taking those structures apart on the other hand. Acer is really starting to fight their way back into this. But the problem for them occurs in just a few seconds now when the 13 talent is here. And I think the temples will be announced any second now around the 7-minute mark. Pawnee is actually like sieged up. No, not just yet. Can they get in? Oh, they're jumping in! Initiation against the Pawnee, but a nice Void Prism being used. Very good Void Prism. Capturing 4. There comes the Ravenous Spirit. Yeah, well, that didn't really do anything. That Ravenous Spirit was, yeah, was not as good as they were hoping for. 13 versus 12, and that gives us also the cast aside that is being used by Tyrell here. They are actually moving down to the bot lane, and they are starting to, they're threatening the keep. They don't care about that. They don't care about the top temple. They threaten keep and force the opponent back, and they do it with the control of the bottom temple. Very well done, and then they just simply disengage. Yep, it's a 4 versus 4 over here. A 4 versus 4, and they are really starting to threaten that keep. Very defensive posture now from Acer, and they can't be aggressive. They don't have the 13 talent yet. Brightwing is doing a decent job up at the top and can always jump down with a phase shift, but this is very much pressure that we're seeing from We Are Not Prepared. Getting that, they could actually take down that keep already, or couldn't they? Nah, I don't think so. No, not really. But they do a lot of damage to it, and at the same time, the top here didn't really help too much. Oh, and he had to abandon too. He's jumping back, so we're gonna see a fight for the last few shots that are gonna happen up there, and that is starting to be a very big problem. Polato, Killer Chino, Falcon, they're already moving in. Well, we have Black Scorp already there, and Tyrael is gonna arrive in just a few seconds from the bot lane. There he goes in, starts to move in at least, and initiates against the Pawnee. They're trying to drop him, but he moves away with the thrusters. But Exxon, oh my god, that Rain of Vengeance! 3 heroes dropped, a 4th annihilated. Oh god, We Are Not Prepared. They are amazing. I mean, that initiation and that just like, that was within seconds, that barrage of attacks that rained down on the Acer players, and they didn't even know what was happening before they died. That Rain of Vengeance hit 3 heroes, and they just erased them from the map. And now they're going to take the keep easily. This is going to be an easy keep for them, and it's the top keep. It's not even the bottom keep that they were fighting for earlier. The 16 talent has now been taken. Well, that bubble is a big one. Keep is already down. There comes the Ravenous Spirit. Can they jump in? They lose Vala. They might lose Killer Chino, and they do. Oh, and they are losing Tidaka too, aren't they? Yep, they're losing him. I'm not quite sure if that was still worth it, but 3 heroes for a keep. Thinking about it, I would take that trade. I would take that trade for sure. The death timers are not long enough just yet to really make that a bad trade. They have the 16 talent. They still have 1.5 levels on their opponent. Why not take that? It's fine. The rest of the team can still go for it. They're going to lose boss though, and they might lose the bottom fort, but I still think that the keep is worth it, especially on the map where the objectives attack structures. Taking down not only the keep, but also putting that tower this low, I think was very, very much worth it. The bottom fort already taken out. They can defend against the boss, at least they should be able to. And the next temples are of course going to be important. Top lane is pushing again, and that means that we're going to see a reaction from Acer. Because this lane is pushing as is, thanks to the catapults, thanks to the keep being gone. But now with that hard camp, they have to send some heroes over. And that means they cannot just simply push with their own boss at the bot lane and, yeah, with the other camps that they are getting. So this boss is not going to do a whole lot. It's of course going to pin them down here, and it's going to give Acer the time to get closer to the 16 talent, which is going to be crucial for them. But it's not like it's going to threaten the keep. It will maybe take the wall, and not even that, as you can see. It's also not going to have an influence on the next temple that is spawning here. And the temple is at the bottom lane, and as it happens, we are not prepared, are already in decent position there for that. So they are starting to move in. 16 versus 16, that's what we're going to see with a fight, but the top lane is pushing, the bot lane, they are going to get that a bit faster, and as you can see, this keep is already halfway down. It is going to be attacked in just a few seconds. They already have the setup there. Heroic abilities are all up. Black Score, Polar, Tequila, Chinon, Falcon in position. Tidaka, the only one down at the bottom. He can use Judgment, and the Temple is going to attack that keep in just a second, and with that happening, there's a lot of pressure now on them. 16 talent for the hammer, goes for the hovering mode, goes for hover mode, and every single shot counts. Every single second is a second in favor of we are not prepared. They're getting their shots in. The keep at the bottom lane is nearly dead. It's dying. It's dying, and it's dying fast, and they're just trying to buy some time. Here comes the initiation up against the Pawnee. At the same time, there we go. Holo without the heroic ability. He used it, not yet, but they lost right wing. They lost their healer, and that means they lost Polymorph as well. Holo, yeah, Holo is actually being attacked here. That Rain of Vengeance didn't hit him, but he is dying regardless. 3-4-1, heroes down. The Pawnee is about to die here as well. They're trying to get Zeratul too. The bottom keep is already gone, and now that hammer is out of the picture, it is a 4 versus 1, and it looks very much like they are trying to core it. It looks very much like they are actually trying to go for the core straight away. And you know what? That might work. We're 12 minutes in, and they are starting to take down the hit points of the core in just a few seconds. 2 of the keeps are already eliminated. They don't even bother with the temple at the bottom. They're just looking at the situation and are saying like, guys, what are we doing here? Why are we going for that temple? Just core it right now. And they might get it. The defense Cypher is there. Green out as well. 2 more seconds on Meriton. Ooh. 18, 14, 11, they are going to defend, they're going to defend. 8, oh my god. 1, no, they win, oh my god. They take the game and win the match. Congratulations to We Are Not Prepared, the champion of the GO4Heroes monthly final.